Hi Star Seeds. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you that you can enjoy all year round, but especially during the autumn months. Beautiful, gluten-free and healthy vegan pumpkin pie bars. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. All right, let's get in the kitchen. So we're starting off with the crust, okay? Here I've got 2 cups of gluten-free oatmeal that I've processed in my Vitamix to make a beautiful oat flour. So to that, I'm gonna be adding in ½ a cup of shredded coconut. I've got 95 grams of vegan butter. I'm using Myiyoko's vegan butter. Don't forget to melt your butter. Next up, I'm adding in a tablespoon of molasses. Oh yeah. Oh. There we go. Look at that goodness. Oh, so rich. We're doing 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, 1 whole tablespoon of cinnamon, and lastly, a ¼ teaspoon of salt. So now all we have to do is mix this all up, and eventually we will add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water, depending on how dry this mixture is. Okay, you gotta get in there with your hands and squeeze the mixture. Make sure all the ingredients are combined. For me, this feels a little bit too crumbly, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in a tablespoon of water. So I'm adding in 1 tablespoon of filtered water, and I'm gonna go in there with my hands once again and just massage the dough. So I'm adding in another 1 teaspoon of filtered water, and I'm going to massage the dough once again to make sure that it's the consistency, the desired consistency. So all together, I added 2 tablespoons of filtered water, and this is what it looks like after the dough has been massaged. So I've got my pie shell here, and I'm just gonna place some parchment paper on top. And then I'm gonna take my dough and just plunk it on. So hopefully you can do that a little more gracefully than I just did. So with your hands, you just want to press down and make it all nice and smooth and even. Our crust is looking and smelling really cinnamony and delicious and pretty healthy. So this is what it looks like, and now what we're gonna do is bake our crust for about 8 minutes. I'm preheating the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment. So our crust is out of the oven and it's looking great. So in the meantime, we're gonna prepare our filling. And here, I'm gonna be placing 2 1/3 cups of pumpkin. This is pure pumpkin. And there's no other ingredients in here, okay? There's no sugar or anything like that. It's just pure 1 ingredient, just pumpkin. And we are just placing this into our Vitamix. I've got pure maple syrup here, and I'm just going to measure out ½ a cup. There we go. And place into the blender. I've got a can of Thai Kitchen coconut milk, full fat, and I'm just gonna place ½ a cup of the cream only. Avoid adding in any of the water. There we go. I've got cornstarch here. We're gonna use 2½ tablespoons. I've got some fresh ginger here, and I've grated 2 tablespoons with the skin on. And we're gonna place this into the blender. We're going in with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and lastly, a ¼ teaspoon of salt. Don't forget the most important ingredient, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now all you gotta do is blend it up. So now that our filling is nice and smooth, we are going to place it in on top of the oat crust. That looks so amazing, and it smells like autumn. And I love that color. Beautiful. Once you got your filling on top of the oat crust, all you want to do is smooth it out. Like so. Make sure it's nice and even. And voila. Smooth it out. So this is going in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 50 minutes. So the pie has been baking for 50 minutes. It's out of the oven and it's cooled a little bit, not entirely. And this is what it looks like. It smells so good in here. So the edges are really firm and the middle is a little bit less firm, but that's normal. If you wanted to, you could bake it for up to an hour. You would get a lot more cracks, but it would be a little more firm. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up into bars. There you go, friends. Vegan, gluten-free pumpkin pie bars that you can enjoy throughout the year, but especially during this time, during autumn. And Halloween is coming up, so this is a great treat that you can make if you're hosting. Remember that once you remove the pie from the oven, you want to let it cool on your countertop, and then you want to let it cool completely in the fridge, preferably overnight, so that everything gets nice and firm and delicious. And you can also top these with some coconut cream. These pumpkin pie bars are super healthy. That's why I enjoy these often. And there's a lot of vitamin A in that pumpkin, by the way. So it's a good idea to make these as soon as you can, okay? And also for those of you people who are gluten-free, this is a gluten-free recipe, and the crust is really, really healthy because we're using oatmeal and shredded coconut and a little bit of molasses and a little bit of maple syrup, but it's really healthy, especially compared to the other autumn desserts that you'll be finding online. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah.